This is the 40 Days for Life podcast with your host, Sean Carney.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today on the 40 Days for Life podcast. I am Sean Carney, the president of 40 Days for Life, and your host for this podcast, which is dedicated to helping you end abortion where you live. Our personal marriage blunders, which of course I don't have any, I made mine up. That is the topic of today's podcast, and somebody who is full of blunders in and outside of his marriage is my co-host, Mr. Steve Carter.
All kinds of them.
All kinds of them. You are just a...
This podcast was my idea.
It was.
For good reason.
Really looking forward to hearing, we are giving our top 5 marital blunders on a very uplifting, positive podcast. Ramona is here. Can't imagine that you have any blunders.
My whole life is a blunder, Sean.
Actually, I can see me going, Eugene, you can stay with us for a few days. Oh man,
he's probably packing his bags.
He's packing his bag. He may not like this podcast. Tell him not to listen to this one. So this is a fun topic because we're all happily married, and we want to highlight how imperfect life can be at certain times. And going over, I really have 6 that I'm going to cover, maybe 7. But going over this list and through my mind, it's amazing how many dumb things I have done. It's really quite remarkable. And like Mary Lisa just is patient with me, and we keep going, and you just move on. So I would like to say that as a disclaimer.
Yeah, I think it's good to have these moments. They humble us, and then they're funny later. They're not funny at first. They're funny later.
Later is a requirement.
Yes.
I think time truly heals. And it's like Mary Lisa and I, we don't fight a lot. But if I think back to like our top 3 fights, I can't remember what they were about. And I think that's most people of like, what did I get? And I'm sure early on in our marriage, we fought more, but you kind of learn, maybe don't say something stupid and there won't be a fight, or do something stupid and there won't be a fight. But it's usually something minuscule that you don't even realize what you're,
And typically for us, it just means that I'm tired.
It does.
We sleep on it. You guys tell me, I have a very hot take, and this is I've never met a single soul on the planet that agrees with me on this.
Wow. Now I want to be in agreement. I'm going to try to find a way.
So you're like at a wedding or whatever. It's like, what's your advice for the newly married couple? It's like, never go to bed angry. I'm like, sometimes you just need to go to bed and deal with it in the morning.
I agree with that.
All right.
I do agree with that. And I don't know where people came up with these phrases. And it's like everybody looks to the marriage is not 50-50. Sometimes it's 90-10. Sometimes it's 80-20. Don't we all know that? Isn't that like obvious that sometimes it's going to be like one or the other? But yeah, sometimes it's just time to stop talking and go to bed.
Yeah, I just got to get some sleep. And then
I've gone to bed angry many times.
All right. Let's go.
I think that is...
It's probably best for your
in
spouse,
the same bed.
Right?
I would add that. You can't like get mad and storm out.
No,
that's not good.
No.
But yeah, I think we get some of these things, and then the next day it's like, yeah, sorry.
You just look at it with completely fresh eyes. At least I do.
I do.
Laura, I'm sorry. I was really tired. I was kind of hungry. I'm sorry. And then you just move on.
Did you ever see the movie Spanglish with Adam Sandler?
No.
Yes.
Okay, so you know the scene that I'm referring to where she's like
been a while.
angry about taking the kid. Florida's angry that what's her face? I can't remember her name, the actress, but
Is it Taya Leone?
yes, and she takes her kid, and then she's angry, and she's like, "Just sleep on it, just sleep on it," and then she comes back in the morning. She's like, "I slept," and then gives her the note. She's still angry, right? And I'm like, I can totally relate to that because I feel like sometimes it is better to just go to sleep before you say something you regret. And then in the morning, you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
It wasn't that big of a deal after all.
Yeah.
Like, we're cool now.
You avoid the temptation of using the great Vince Vaughn in a marital dispute line. You're acting crazy.
Yeah, you're acting crazy. There's a lot of funny Vince Vaughn lines that we can't say right now. Yeah, the thing with us too is we realize like we're two like street activists, so it's like if we're gonna have a fight, it's gonna be like a real fight. But the two passionate people. But here's the we rarely go to bed upset with each other because this is according to Mary Lisa. I bail us out through humor.
All right.
She's always said you're very, and she tells the girls, marry somebody funny. You're hard to. I don't know what this means. She said, you're easy to get mad at. You're hard to stay mad at. So I know that in the rare occasion that it's like, I've done all my stuff. I've done my routine and she's still ticked, that it's like, okay, we're going to bed. This is all the tricks I have. This is all my material, you know.
I can relate. My husband's the same. I'm crazy, but he's funny. You know,
Yeah.
and so we actually had this happen yesterday where we were just kind of going back and forth, and he tried to be angry, and as he was starting to deliver his line, he starts laughing.
Oh,
he
funny.
couldn't get it out. He couldn't get it
great.
out, and I was just like, we were both laughing. I was like, okay,
That's awesome.
It's behind us.
I think
really funny.
some of the best advice I've ever seen on this topic, which I don't think marital disputes was what we were planning to talk about, but
Yeah,
why not?
This is what it's evolving into.
But Pope Francis suggested that if you're having a marital dispute, hold hands because you can't stay angry with your husband or wife while you're holding hands, which is excellent. And like, frankly, one time Laura had told me this, and then I don't know, a week later we were arguing about something, and so I just reached out and took her hands, and she's like, and then she just busts out laughing, and I don't think we even needed to resolve whatever it was that was the problem.
With the little kids growing up, we would, if they're just going at it, we make them kneel and touch noses because they can't, because they don't want to do it, and then they start laughing at the fact that they're going to have to do it, and they kind of start making up before they actually have to touch noses.
Seems like a high risk, high reward strategy because my 6-year-old is crazy, and I'm almost positive that he would just headbutt. Person.
Well, if you have the angry kid, that's different. It super helps with little girls.
Okay.
Because they just start giggling and it's the end.
They're not natural headbutters.
They're not. Yeah, unlike your kids apparently. But yeah.
Spitting in the other's face.
Okay, I'll get into my top 5. She holds this over my head a lot, but I am proud of it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm unrepentant of this because, frankly, I think I was right. We get married, and we move into this like really dumpy, shady apartment. A lot of arrests in that apartment complex after 9/11. It was a little shady. Oh. But so we're in this apartment. It's like $300 a month, and because we're newlyweds, to me, men can get away with more being newlyweds, okay? Because the women haven't realized yet, like, I'm probably going to have to, lead this train in more areas than I want to. I have the genius idea of painting our entire apartment Dallas Cowboy blue.
Let's go.
She goes for it.
All right.
And like now it's just like, I can't believe, because we have some pictures of, when she took her first pregnancy test and it was positive with Bridget, and she's like, we're rehashing like Bridget's life. And she's like, look at that ridiculous apartment. Why in the world did I allow you to do it? And so she says that's a blunder of me, but she consented to the blue. But when you look at the pictures, it's pretty overwhelming. It's pretty grotesque. And then I was like, we should just slap up like a silver star in the middle of the living room. And she's like, I don't know. And she's all nice about it. But that was my first, like, we're a week married. And I'm like, let's have a Dallas Cowboy blue. And she said that's the last home decorating decision I was ever allowed to make.
Yep.
So that was an investment then, because as I've said on the podcast before, I am not cool and I don't have good style. So I shouldn't be making any home decor. Probably shouldn't be dressing myself.
You need a footman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like a Downton Abbey.
Yeah. And if we have to we're painting this room, and Laura will bring out like the little strips of whatever.
Yeah.
Like, would you like this color green or this color green? They all have different names that aren't green, but
Right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Mint chocolate. Whatever that is.
I cannot envision, you take the little like 1-inch thing, I can't picture what the whole room painted like that is going to look like. I don't know. And so you got out of having to be asked that question, and I think that that's a positive for you.
One of the really bad things is that she actually did most of the painting.
Okay, great.
Okay, so this is like man making decision to serve self. Okay. And her executing it and then regretting the whole thing and blaming me. That's kind of the summary of that. But the thing that's funny about it is we didn't live together before we got married. We are days into our life together.
All right.
And off the bat, I come in hot with dumb ideas that I demand.
I think back to my newlywed days and find it just remarkable. And I think I'm not going to I think that applies at a general level. We both got married young. How little I brought to the table when we got married is remarkable.
I had some student debt. I was still in college. I had a job that paid me about $400 a month, and she was supporting us. And I was planning on going to law school because we hadn't done the whole, we were like working part-time eventually at the Coalition for Life. But I had big ideas and big plans, but I was a history major at A&M with a bicycle. That's basically what I brought to the table. And so...
you see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm demanding that we have the Dallas Cowboys apartment.
Yeah. I think about it like... We both got married in our early 20s, and so, Laura's smart, she's beautiful, young, and I'm just there like a little too skinny, making no money. Like, I don't know what was really in it for her.
That's called the Holy Spirit, brother.
Oh, I cannot relate because yes and no. I just feel like our lives have just been a perpetual blunder because it's been just, we
making Steve feel better about himself, that's for sure.
We came into it yours, mine, and ours, right?
Right.
So we had, each of our kids, and then we got married and we conceived very quickly, and so it was just been a roller coaster ever since. And so that's why I laugh, because it's just we've celebrated 20 years.
20 years, okay.
20 years, yes.
And you're 21 years?
20.
He's also
okay.
20. Yeah.
We're coming up on 23.
Yep.
We just hit 20 as well, a little bit after you, but
yep. Yeah, and so I just feel like it's just a constant blunder. After
that's why your
another.
Catholic faith has helped you. Our Lady of Perpetual Blunder.
Exactly.
Pray for us.
Our Lady of
Amen
Perpetual
to
Blunder.
that. Yes.
So on the football note, I can go into my first blunder, and this also relates to me bringing nothing to the table early on. I love football just as you do. We all know that. All the listeners know that. But in college, there's a lot to do, a lot of studying, a lot of homework. And so I didn't really watch that much football in college because I didn't have time.
Same.
And suddenly I get my first job, and this is a true 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. There's no iPhones. There's no computer to bring home. I didn't really clock out, but it's 5 o'clock on Friday, and I'm done until Monday morning. I'm like, this is great. I can the noon game.
Yep.
The 3 p.m. game.
Yes.
And the 7:15 game. And maybe I take one of those halves off, this is a lot of football. I'll take the second half of the 3 p.m. game. But we're watching a solid, if you go from noon until 10, I'm probably watching 9 hours of football in that stretch. And there was a point, our first fall as newlyweds, Laura's pregnant, and the 3 o'clock game starts, and she just starts crying.
This has gotten worse in our marriage recently because I've brainwashed and recruited children.
Okay.
Now it's a family event. We're just celebrating God's gift of family by watching 9 hours of football.
That's what the NFL says. Football is family.
So Mary Lisa has this phrase where I don't have a husband in the fall.
Okay.
Because we have to watch the Aggies and we have to watch the Cowboys, and there's probably some other games that I'm interested in that we're talking about. But I've got her parents on my side. I've got her brother on my side. I've got all of our kids, and I knew I was a good father when we came home from Mass, and Bernadette, who was 6 at the time, just immediately went upstairs and changed out of her Mass clothes and put on a Jason Witten t-shirt. And I was like, okay, things are, they're getting it.
Yeah.
They're getting it.
Yep.
So If it was just me alone, I would feel guilty. But the kids like to participate. We hang out, and Mary Lisa does like it, but she's like, "Oh gosh, fall's coming."
This was newlywed Steven, so I just sat there, like probably nacho cheese on the shirt, queso, I guess, here in Texas. But it was not an inspiring sight. And Laura's, like I said, newly pregnant, and she's like, "You're gonna watch them all again?"
Well, Mary Lisa said you give the Aggies and the Cowboys more attention than you do me, and I said, only on Saturday and Sunday.
They're having a better year than you are, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you got me 5 days of the week, you know? I mean,
You didn't
I
say
put
that
a
when
roof
they were...
over her head and never lied to her face. It's pulled.
Just wanted to be clear here. You didn't say that when they were 5-11.
Yeah, exactly. But this year we have Caleb Downs. You have no idea what's going to happen with the new secondary. So
Thankfully, I've never had that problem. The problem I had was getting this is one of my number ones, of getting my husband to get me to the hospital when I'm in labor. So something we laugh about often is our first son that we had together. He was premature, so he was born at 33 weeks. And there were signs leading up to that things were questionable about, whether he'd come to term or not, So like there was already labor symptoms, things like that. And I had been to the emergency room multiple times, and then they'd say, well, everything's looking good, just take it easy. And I'll never forget, I woke up like at 6 a.m. and, was having contractions, and I'm, right at almost 33 weeks, like it was 32 weeks and some days. And I'm like, I think I'm going into labor, because I'd already kind of cried wolf, sort of,
Right.
not really, but
Right.
I didn't realize that that's what was
Right.
going on. And I'm like laying in bed, and I'm timing the contractions. I'm like, we got to go. There's
Yeah.
something. I think
have
I'm
to
in labor.
stopwatch.
Yeah, I think I'm in labor, and he's taking his time. He's like, here I am, almost 33 weeks, preterm.
this is great.
I'm in full, at this point, they're like every
He's in there making a sandwich.
6 minutes, and he's like
We're out of
taking
tomatoes.
his time, and it's like, and I didn't want to say anything, and I'm like, I didn't want to say like, I need you to hurry up or whatever. I'm just like gathering all my things, like, okay, I'm trying to be very patient, and we get in the car, and he's driving the speed limit,
Right.
and I'm like, I'm gonna have this baby in this car, and you're poking along. He's like, well, I can't speed, or they're gonna pull me over. That's what I'm like.
At least the cop can
labor.
take you to the ER.
I'm
Yeah.
in labor.
Get pulled over. At
Well,
least. Yeah.
I thought this was a one-time thing. This happened also with all of our other children as
Really?
well. He was just, like, okay, let me drive the speed limit.
And
It's
you're
better to
doing
get
the
there
thing-
safe. And I'm just like,
I'm sure you're boiling over. You're like, you're fiddling around. You're poking. Like all the words come out, or you're just like, will you hurry your rear end up?
to
Yeah.
be fair, one of the other times it was in the middle of the Ice-Mageddon, and I was scheduled for a C-section. With one of our daughters, and my water broke 2 days before the scheduled C-section. So I'm like, of course, this is going to happen on the morning of Ice-Mageddon. And of course, my husband's like loading up everybody, and we're in the car, and it's, ice from, our house, and I think it was like a 27-mile drive to the hospital. So like the first 15 miles was just ice on the road, and he's just like poking along at like 15 miles per hour. And I'm like, you need to hurry. We've got to hurry this up. He's like, we're going to slide off the highway. I'm like, I don't care. We
It's just
gotta
like
get
the
to
worst
hospital.
scenarios that happen to you multiple times.
Yeah. So that was just kind of like this ongoing thing with the babies. I'm like, next time, if there's ever a next time, I'm driving myself to the hospital. Yeah. So.
That's good. I love it. I have a perpetual blunder that went on last week.
All right.
This is current. This is from the beginning of Sean and Mary Lisa. Constantly saying how I hardly travel.
You say this.
I say this. It's like
Do you believe it when you say it?
no.
Okay, so it's not the George
But-
Costanza, if
No.
you believe it, it's not a lie.
No, it's the I hardly travel, and then what happened was everything is compared to like my absolute busiest years of travel. Okay, so like this happened last week, even though I just like gotten back from Los Angeles, and then 2 weeks before was in Pittsburgh, and 2 weeks before was in DC. And I'm like, I just don't travel as much, because the kids are older and all this stuff. And she's like, quit saying that. That's not true. So I do believe it now. And it is true. This just shows self-deception. But it's like a 9, not a 10. Okay. So and then I talk to other dads and they're like, oh, well, how's your travel? Like, yeah, it's pretty light. And they're like, well, where have you been or where are you going? And they're like, that sounds like a lot of travel. And she's like, it is. Like, he lives in a fantasy world. And so I don't know how to fix that because now I'm 44 and I'm always like, yeah, it's just, I'm sure traveling, but I just hardly ever travel anymore. And it's not true at all.
Oh,
and
maybe you said slower than I just didn't follow, but why do you say that?
I think it's to make me look better than I am.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's like that's
very understandable.
Yeah, I think it's like I've ingrained this, like, because, man, when we lived in Virginia, I mean, I was gone at least one night a week.
Okay.
On average throughout the year. And the funny thing, so I don't think I told anybody this, the kids know, but I just hit 1 million miles with United this last spring.
Is that where they come on and they recognize you and fly the whole plane?
It's 100%. And I was listening to a podcast, so I didn't hear the announcement. And so the guy comes out and he's like, you need to stand up. And I got rid of my earbuds and everybody clapped and they hand you a plaque and a bottle of champagne and
very cool.
And handwritten cards from the crew that they were the crew that you hit 1 million miles. And I'm sitting here going, I don't know. This isn't really an accomplishment. What if I stood up and said, I'm married with 8 children? They're just like, you are the worst father in the world. Like, your poor daughters. That's who we feel for. But it's so funny that, they make this big deal out of it. And so then I'll come home with like my plaque that says 1 million miles. And I'm like, I hardly ever travel.
Yeah. If you just started counting to 1 million right now, do you know when you would finish?
It's one of the dadisms too of just we're self-delusional. Like, we haven't had rain in 6 weeks. It's like, it rained Tuesday.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things that I realize, and everybody makes fun of me for it, and I'm fine with that. But and then here's the second half of this is, it's really going to be nice one day to retire. And she's like, you're never going to retire. You're always going to have to go do something or be on some board. You're not going to just like sit still. And I know deep down that's true, but I want to act like I'm like, and it's when I'm hardly ever traveling. So that's a constant thing.
I like that.
But the problem is, she would never do this, but Mary Lisa could come into my office and be like, right now, log into your Marriott account. And it just has your nights, it has your travel, and it's documented. It's not like a mystical thing. Like, you can see my United account, you can see my Marriott account. So I think we're all entitled, and the Irish are entitled to way more self-deception, I think, than your average person. So it doesn't bother me.
I like the self-deception thing.
It's all relative. I mean, compared to Ferdinand Magellan and Christopher Columbus, you don't travel that much.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Lewis and Clark, they just took off across the country.
Yeah.
They never came back. So spoiled her.
It's just the man version of judging time. Honey, when are you going to be ready? Soon?
That's a good analogy. Or Mary Lisa, like, I'll be like, what do you have to do today? And she's like, I have a lot to do, but I have to wash my hair. And it's like, that's like a project. So, but when they say, like, I have to wash is your hair a big deal? I mean, you have a lot of hair. Mary Lisa has a lot of hair. All my daughters have a lot of hair. But it's like, you don't understand. I have to wash my hair. But it's like, we're moving houses today. She says it with this drama. And so I know washing the hair. So I make jokes about like the electric grid going out because of the hairdryer.
This may be a good segue to my number 2. Another newlywed moment when Laura and I had to run some errands and she needed to get a swimming suit. And I was like, oh, do you mind if I just wait in the car? She's like, Steve, I don't I don't think you know how buying a swimming suit works for a woman. She's like, we may get it at this store. We probably won't. We may get it today. We may not. This is going to be a process. Like
you could be at the store for 4 days.
Yeah, I'm like, I go in like, I need swimming trunks. Like, oh, that one's got a frog on it, and that one's got the Corona logo
It's
on
an
it.
American flag, baby.
Yeah, and we're done. We're done.
That one has
She's like, this is going to be a process. So when Laura says,
oh, this is great. Let me ask you this, because we swim a lot, and so just as a kid, my whole life, I've had 5 or 6 swimsuits, right? Because you'd be in scenarios where you're going to your friend's house and the other one's drying out. So, but I would think in Wisconsin, the swimsuit purchase is a big deal because you have this small window of when you can swim or go to the lake.
yeah, so if you hit June, they're suddenly putting back to school stuff back on the shelves. So
Right.
You've got a limited window to buy, and for women, it's apparently complicated. I've never had trouble. Like,
It is complicated for women and teenagers
Mm-hmm.
because of if you're like you're not doing the bikinis, then
Mm-hmm.
you've got to like go fishing for like it's cute swimsuit, it's a modest swimsuit, and that is a tough feat.
But then there's apparently are all sorts of other issues, some of them which I can't understand or articulate, but like, well, these stripes are horizontal instead of
Oh, yeah.
vertical, and that's going but that, like, I just got the one with the frog. Why can't we just do that? I've come to the
Does
conclusion.
this frog make me look fat?
I've come to the conclusion that when my wife tells me soon, it's accurate. It's just in geological time, like Paleozoic, Mesozoic, all the different Jurassic eras.
Jurassic.
That's what, like, in geological time, soon is accurate. We'll get the swimming suit soon.
Well, my segue from that is also has to do with water. Only this had to do with being on a jet ski with a life jacket that didn't support my weight.
I told you Ramona was going to have we haven't even gotten to her rough stories. Keep going.
We were at the lake, and keep in mind, you might say I can't swim. Some may say that Ramona can't swim.
But are you
In my
a
mind-
bad swimmer, or you just can't swim? Like
I don't know. In my
But if
mind,
we
I like
threw
to
you
think
into
I
the
could.
lake, you
I'd
wouldn't drown.
I'd probably drown. Yeah, maybe.
Gosh, this is
But I've never been
awful.
afraid of being in the water. Like in my mind, for some reason, I'm like, oh, I've got a
With a-
life jacket.
with a
I'll
life
be fine.
jacket,
Yeah,
okay.
no big deal.
Okay.
I'm not like afraid or anything. So my husband and I hop on the jet ski, and we have life jackets on, and we flip off the jet ski. And so I'm suddenly fighting for my life to get back up top because I'm not bouncing back up as you would expect with the life jacket on, right? So my husband...
Are you cursing in Spanish?
My-
When do we get to those stories?
My husband had to make the quick decision of choosing to save his wife's life or his Oakley sunglasses that he'd had.
He had Oakleys on?
Yeah. And they flew off,
this
and
is a
he
tough
had
one.
them in his hands, and as they were, sinking, and he turned and he saw I was struggling, and he let them go, and he saved my life. So that's not necessarily a blunder, but it was a blunder because he had to choose between me and his Oakley sunglasses.
Because you can't swim, he lost his Oakleys?
Yeah, he lost his Oakleys.
I mean, how much were you struggling? Had you swallowed any water?
Yeah. Yeah, I was struggling.
Have you ever had a pair of Oakleys? I haven't.
No, I'm so
And he'd had them for a
disorganized
long
that
time.
Well, the reason I can't, we have, people like you and I have to stick to the dad gas station sunglasses because I'll lose them. It's like rosaries. Don't give me a nice rosary, I'll lose it. And nice sunglasses, if I had a pair
I think
of Oakleys.
I had gifted him those many years ago. Like they were a special gift, and he'd had them for years.
Which
But
I
it
would
was the
love.
only
Look at this.
pair
Oh
of
my
sunglasses
gosh.
that-
Amazing. Yeah.
I got
Beautiful.
He just turned into Tom Cruise on us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you'd like these.
You
Yeah.
look like a less attractive goose. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. So the problem is, if I had Oakleys, which I would love to have, or like some Ray-Bans, I don't know. I'd be like, she looks like she's still breathing.
He was like,
give
I
me
could
30 more
see-
seconds to grab the
This
sunglasses.
all happened very quickly, and I
Yeah.
could see that he was like facing a moral dilemma in that moment. And he
The
was
fact that he
feeling-
thought about it is probably
like I could
bad.
see that split second of
Right.
like, I need to
I mean,
say-
they're Oakleys.
Pulling out the phone to see how long can the brain and the heart survive without oxygen.
He's Googling it. I got 42 more seconds.
Like
Hey,
relearning
Siri.
the CPR, you know?
Oh, man.
Yeah, so he saved me, and then it just became this thing for a long time about how he chose me over the Oakleys, and
It brought you
so I
closer
gifted him some
together.
for Father's
Is this
Day
still
last
coming
year.
up? Like when you're having like the go
Oh,
to bed
yeah.
angry, not go to bed angry? Is he like, I really like those Oakleys?
Well,
Did you
not
go out and buy
anymore.
him some
I
more?
did, but I
Okay.
gifted him
Like,
some for
that's
Father's
fun.
Day.
That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's
Finally,
great.
after like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like it was like
It
took
wasn't
a
the
long
next
time.
day.
No,
Okay.
no. It took a while for us to be able to replace those, and to prioritize the money to buy those and say, you know what, you deserve these. You saved my life, and yeah. So it comes up every now and then.
It's pretty good.
Comes up every now and then.
What number are you on?
I've done 2. I have 3 remaining.
Same. Okay, I've got a quick one. I had this idea for we were newlyweds, like 6 months, and I'm going to do something really romantic. And I get it in my head that I am going to make, Mary Lisa's at work supporting me because I'm in college. I had like a part-time job, but she's working. And I'm going to make chicken teriyaki. And I convince myself I can do it, and that I'm going to make the homemade rice. So I go and I buy all this stuff, and I, of course, get like just the marinade that says chicken teriyaki, and I marinate it overnight, and I'm going to surprise her. I like candles. I'm trying to I'm just going to surprise it, like have a candlelight dinner for no reason, because that's what good husbands do. And she comes home.
It sounds like a good start.
It's a great start.
All right.
Maybe not a great finish. So she comes home. I have some flowers. We're in the Dallas Cowboy apartment, so I'm in a good mood. And she's like, "This is so sweet," and all this. And so I pour a little wine. We sit down, and I start eating the chicken. And I love all food, right? Even like bad food. This is unbearable.
Ooh.
It's awful. I was like, was the chicken bad? It didn't smell bad. It is absolutely disgusting. And the rice is the gooey. I didn't know what in the world I was doing. And she's really nice. And I'm eventually like, is it just me or is this absolutely disgusting? And she goes, it's really, really bad. But you made the effort and all that. But I couldn't go down like that. So we had only taken a few bites. So I blew out the candles. We canceled everything. And I took her out to dinner.
Hey, that's a sweet story. That's Kenny Chesney's The Good Stuff. Eating burnt suppers the whole first year.
Yeah, well, the burnt supper was what I cooked. It was just kind of, there's a constant, hey, why don't I cook this weekend? She's like, maybe no chicken teriyaki.
No.
The stories that sitcoms are made from, right? Like
100%.
the husband that can't cook and burns the food.
My quick add-on to that is, I've mentioned this on the podcast, when she said she wanted luggage. So
Ooh.
for our 1-year anniversary, I'm at the mall and they have like luggage 70% off, and it's male Docker's khaki luggage. And I'm like, she is going to love this. Docker's name brand. And so I buy the luggage, and she did the Seinfeld thing where she said what the gift was out loud, which means you don't like it. And she's like, you got me luggage. And I was like, I know, it's awesome. And that's what you wanted. Now I'm having to sell her on that, what she wanted.
I mean, you rarely travel, so obviously it was.
I
for her.
rarely
Yeah.
travel, and this was our first year, so I really wasn't traveling. But she, finally, she was like, "I wanted like some flowers or like pink or this is for guys." I'm like, "It's really quality luggage," and then I realized what's happened, and I was like, "You don't like it? I kind of blew this." And she's like, "You bought me man luggage. I wanted like cute luggage."
This is where you told me about this the first time and described yourself as the Peyton Manning of gift giving, because when you were good, and usually you were good, but then you flamed out in the playoffs.
I
from time to
threw
time.
like 3 interceptions to Ty Law.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. And I will say, I'm glad that happened early on in our marriage, because it was like, because her birthday is our wedding anniversary. And this was me impressing her. It's year 1. And it hurt. And so I, went to training camp, turned it around, and I feel like I've got a great streak.
The best shape of your life.
She's told me many times, you're very, very, very good at buying gifts. And then she'll always be like, remember the luggage?
So you're not Peyton Manning, you're John Elway. You would.
I would say
You lost a few Super
no,
Bowls.
no. I would say I was Aikman. Like
Right.
there were one
Oh,
in
well-
1 in 15, and then Super Bowls
Okay.
from here on out.
All right. We are degenerates.
I don't know. I think it makes sense to the listener.
Yeah, fair. We Laura and I, as I think married couples ought not do. We don't keep secrets from each other. Except I had a secret stash, and Laura's like, "I found your secret stash in your sock drawer," which could sound really bad. Like, what? Drugs? Is it? Do I have a problem? Like, what are we? But I had my secret stash of Mike and Ike's.
What is Mike and Ike's?
The candy.
Yeah.
It's candy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're
stop
not
right
even
there.
really good.
Do you have to? Were y'all on like a hey? We need to eat better. We're gonna hold each other accountable, and
No.
you're having a secret stash.
No.
So you could have had this in the pantry.
Laura, it's not like she was going to eat them either. She's like, "Why are you hiding these from me? I don't even like them, and I don't care if you eat them. There's no need to hide
It's just
these."
creepy.
Yeah,
weird.
Yeah, but also eating Mike and Ike's as a grown man is a little creepy and weird. So this is like it kind of.
So you have this double life, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and it kind of stemmed back to college where I would every Tuesday and Thursday I had this class, and for lunch I would get this pepperoni and bacon sandwich and a half pound of Mike and Ike's, and I would
Sounds amazing.
I would sit there in class eating. It was disgusting. It was loud. They're like the wrapper, like the paper that wraps it up is rustling so the kids can't hear the lecture, and there's lettuce falling all over the lecture hall, and I'm eating my Mike and Ike's. It was a glorious thing, and Laura caught me. I was a grown man.
Well, I mean, there's worse things to hide, right? I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I agree.
But she's like, I'm not unhappy about this. I just think you're dumb. She wasn't wrong.
I just think you're dumb.
You had literally there was no point of you hiding your Mike and Ike's from me.
It's
You like Mike and
different
Ike's?
It's different if you.
I do not like Mike and Ike.
And there's no recovery. It is such a stupid secret because if you had like a wad of $500 cash, she's like, "What are you doing?" You're like, "I'm sorry. I'm secretly saving up to buy you something." That's kind of okay, but it's just candy that nobody likes except for you that you're still embarrassed of. So, okay, it's your turn.
Something that we laugh about all the time, and my husband always finds a clever way to bring this up somehow, is, and I was trying to see if I could keep this as PG as possible, but I threw up once when I
PG-13.
yeah, I was pregnant, and with all of my pregnancies, I was always very sick, and my husband was coming out of the shower.
Okay.
As he was coming out of the shower, I was going in to the restroom
Okay.
to throw up.
Okay.
And the timing was so perfect that as he opens the shower door and is like, ta-da, I'm like,
and it goes without saying, there's no coming back from that. You can't. Remember the time you saw me naked and vomited? Well, it really
so
was.
it comes up all the time, like, I disgust you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I was sick.
What do you think of this, baby? Ugh.
The timing could not have been more perfect.
That's
like, I
awesome.
just like come in and I don't know, I guess, you know, he surprised me because I don't know that I was aware that he was in there.
Right,
you know?
right.
And so he's like opens the shower door, and the way that our toilet is, it's like next to a
Right there.
corner shower.
Yeah.
So he opens, I'm like, you know, and it was
This is the greatest
it
story.
was it
And
was comedy gold.
that's something off Everybody Loves Raymond. I mean, that's just absolute.
So it comes up
classic
all the time.
Marital. So it has to come up all the time.
Yeah, this was like 11, 12 years ago. So,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
still
yeah.
comes up all the
It's
time.
the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. My last two were pretty serious, or I think serious as far as just really dumb on my part. Okay. We are in our starter house. We're now moving to Virginia as 40 Days for Life is growing. So we're going to sell our first house. It was dated. The kitchen was. And I got dumb advice, realtor advice. Not from our realtor, but from like a buddy. You should put granite in your kitchen. sell the house quicker, which did not happen. We got hosed on the house. But I'm like, okay. And really, it's just, you should just put your house, you should clean it and put it on the market and then see what happens. And if there's a reason, then you can add a bathroom, or that's what I know now.
Yeah, they like to customize it themselves.
Absolutely. So I'm like, well, this has got to be quick because we got to get this thing on the market. So I call a friend who has a granite company, and I'm like, just get online. I'm like, that looks good. It's black. Great. Easy. He's like, you sure? Yep. All right, we'll install it tomorrow. Didn't talk to Mary Lisa. Didn't mention it to Mary Lisa. They install it. Well, when the sun was out and the lights were on, the granite that I paid for and had professionally installed was green.
That exists?
It does. Has a green hue. And you can't tell. And Mary Lisa, and I'm like, oh, it looks good from this angle. I'm in total denial. And she comes home and she's like, you picked out green granite? Like, no. It looked black on the internet. Like, it was a total, and it was me just rushing to like get stuff done. Like, I'm productive. I will do this. And it was so bad. It took us a year to sell the house. I don't know if the green granite definitely didn't help, but I like had the thought, I'm out of money, but do I rip out the green granite and replace it with something else? It was really embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
It was really, really embarrassing, and it was a stupid thing to do and pay for. And that's it was a like shoot and then aim. And I have these moments in our life. I've had them at 40 days, but it's one of those, like, she'll just say, I'll be like, we need to do this and this and this. And she's in like we're talking about doing this or making this decision, and I'm on the internet or calling people, and she'll say green granite, and then I have to pull back.
Ooh, she's got the trump card.
She's got the trump
Like
card.
that Uno reverse.
It's a good reminder. Yeah.
Yeah, don't. I don't want my husband to hear this, because then he's gonna take a lesson from Mary Lisa and be like, Oakley sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like $5,000 to make our kitchen look worse. And we didn't have any money. Like, it was really bad. It was hard. It was gut wrenching. I mean, and we had 3 little babies, and I was like, I'm such a moron. I was really mad at myself. So. And
they still bought it anyway. Someone still bought it?
Someone
With the
still
green
bought
granite?
it. I mean, yeah. And
They felt bad.
Yeah. It was really funny. You know what's funny about that? Is we sold, he was in the Army, I think, and we sold the house. And 10 years later, the couple that bought that house emailed me and said, we participate in, he got shipped to California. We participate in 40 Days for Life. And we just realized we bought your house.
Oh my gosh.
Back in Bryan. And like, we ended up like going back and forth. And I'm like,
Oh, that's funny.
Did you keep the granite? But yeah, that was kind of cool. Small world. All right.
My 4th is also very high stakes. And to this point, most of the blunders have been on my part, but this is squarely on the shoulders of my wife.
Great. Well, yeah, let's blame our wives for something. That's responsible to do when you're recording something.
Do you remember the great Green Bay Packer receiver Jordy Nelson?
Yes.
Laura slandered him and said he wasn't that good. So
as a Packer hater, Cowboy fan, that is a false statement.
Yes.
Jordy
yeah.
Nelson was
So I gave her a wet willy.
Gosh.
That's my story.
That's the punishment.
Yeah.
So the sin against the Packers, the punishment
Is a wet
willy.
Do you think that's not severe enough or too severe?
I'm trying to think of a comparison. What's the Cowboy version of Jordy Nelson? Like T.O.?
I mean, T.O.'s better.
T.O.'s got a lot of baggage, but I mean, I defended T.O. all the time, still do. But
I don't know that there is one.
Yeah.
You got Irvin and you got T.O., and then you start to get to like Joey Galloway.
You get the Joey Galloway. Very good flex there.
Thank you. I thought you'd appreciate that.
To have that knowledge. Horrible sign, by the way, for the Cowboys. But yeah, probably CeeDee Lamb. He's probably in that category.
Okay. Yeah, fair.
But I think she's a racist.
She just doesn't like him because he's white?
Yeah. So she doesn't think he's any good because he's white.
Ah, that's a theory.
You want to get deep?
Yeah.
And since she's from Chicago, she's supposed to be the tolerant one. You're the redneck from Wisconsin. You can be like, how dare you bring race into football? This is what brings us together as a society.
Did I ever tell my race and football story on this podcast?
I don't think you should.
Heard it.
I've heard it. I think we should skip it.
All right.
I've also heard it.
It's 100% accurate, but even I have my limits.
Got to draw the line.
What I'll allow on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We have one left.
I have a couple, but I can always, skip one. I'm trying to decide between the two. I'm notorious for locking my keys out of the car. Like a lot of our blunders involve me. That's why I said I'm just a perpetual blunder.
You lock your keys in your car?
Not anymore. I'm really good about it now these days.
Well, it's impossible now because of the clickers.
Yeah. But he should have saw the signs early on because I did it like when we were dating and he used to rescue me. Like he's always rescuing me. And, like
not as Oakley's.
I would exactly. And I would, do things like run out of gas and things. But there were 2 times. Well, no. Go back. Let me think. One time that I locked the keys in the car with my toddler in the back seat. Now, thankfully, the car was on.
Okay.
And the air conditioning was on.
We have police that listen to this podcast.
But he did have to come home. I think he was at work. So I think he had to come home from work to get the keys out of the car and unlock the car. And so, yeah, I've learned my lesson. I'm a reformed woman now. Yeah. I'm really good about making sure I always have my keys on me these days. Yeah.
I had a brother-in-law and he wanted to put in the wedding vows, don't lock yourself out of the house to his wife. So he's literally like, that's what I'm worried about. Not worried about like divorce or anything crazy. It's like, just don't lock yourself out of the car and out of the house.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So
I've never had to worry about the house. We have the little keypad,
Yeah.
But the car, I've made it a point to always be mindful of where my keys are at all times.
I've only locked myself out of the house once. It was probably 15 years ago.
Did you have to climb through the window?
No, I was going to break a window, but I just decided to wait on the front porch, so I looked kind of like a psychopath. I went on a run and forgot the key.
And no one was home.
No one was home, and so I was just sort of stuck. So
alone with your thoughts.
Alone with my
on
thoughts.
The front porch.
Yes, I prayed the whole time. What's your last one?
When Laura and I lived in Chicago, the Bears went to the Super Bowl.
This is so awesome. You're so here. Let me just, if I'm listening to this podcast and I'm not really familiar with Steve, basically, if you were not a sports fan, you would have zero marital issues.
Well, I mean, sports and Mike and Ike's.
Okay. You do 1 for 5. All right, go for it.
The Bears were in the Super Bowl. Laura's from Chicago. She likes the Bears. And it's just cool to live in a city where the team is going to the Super Bowl.
Way overrated Bears team. Should have never been in the Super Bowl. Let me just add that for refreshing the listeners' memory of that ridiculous Super Bowl.
Yeah. So we're looking we're going to go downtown and do something. And they've got the daily paper here's all the Super Bowl parties downtown. So we're like, hey, this one looks cool. They got a nice spread. It's this place called Roscoe's.
Cool.
We'll go to that one. So we go, we park the car, and I look, and it's 20 years ago, so I'm not things aren't the way they are now. There's rainbow obelisks all over the neighborhood, and I'm kind of I don't know. And I'm like, Laura, I think we might be in the gay part of town.
You went, Roscoe threw the gay Super Bowl party, and you went to it.
Yeah. Yeah, so Laura's even more naive than she's like, no, this is the decor. That's just, I don't know, it's just the decorations on the street. So we walk in to the gay bar Super Bowl party, and they didn't even have the Super Bowl on. They literally had the Westminster Dog Show on. But this is pre-smartphone, so we don't have, how are we going to look up where's a place we actually want to be? So I had to call my brother and ask him to, go on mapquest.com and find directions to this other place that we knew would be all right.
But even gays don't like that stuff. That's an insult to gays because they go and they're going to the gay Super Bowl party, and the gay Super Bowl party is so gay it doesn't have the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the stuff gays get upset about. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
Anyways.
So my brother will not give me directions because he's laughing so hard at me that he can't
it's the best.
Tell me where to go.
This is so wonderful.
We end up going to a place and it's great and we have a good time. But Laura is a believer, right? So the Bears take an early lead. They return the opening kick for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's great. But they're an inferior team and they're losing. But she's holding out hope. She really believes. She's like 7 months pregnant. And
they're playing the Manning Colts.
Yes.
Yeah.
And their quarterback is Rex Grossman.
Right.
So we're in the fourth
Respectfully.
quarter, and he throws just the clinching interception.
Right.
And Laura turned around. You both know my wife. She's very sweet, very kind, very gentle. She turns around, kicks a garbage can, turned around, threw her purse, and then just starts screaming at the screen. And there's these guys.
I can't even picture this.
There's these guys who are they're hammered, and they've given up hope a long time ago.
Okay.
They know football better than Laura.
And they're Bears fans.
They're Bears fans, and they're hammered, and they just look at her, and I'm sorry for the audio listeners, but they just kind of look at her, they look at me, they look at her, they look at me, and then they just
like, yeah!
nodding, yeah.
Like, you got yourself a real woman there, mister. What are you wearing?
Oh,
You're not wearing Bears stuff. There's
I don't
no way.
remember. I don't remember.
You couldn't have been wearing Bears stuff. That would have been a sin.
yeah.
But
I don't know. She had a Bears shirt on.
Yeah. Okay. My final one. I think, Steve, you know this story. This is really bad. This is just going against the agreement that you had with your wife on how you raise your children.
Okay.
All right. Every year, I'll go on a silent retreat. She takes all the kids for a weekend. She goes, I take all the kids on a weekend. Well, as you can imagine, I usually make a plan. I call it the daddy kid weekend extravaganza, just to build it up. We have a costume party on Friday night. I cook spaghetti, not chicken teriyaki. And we kind of have a dance party. Then Saturday, we do stuff outside. Like, I want to get them outside. All right, so during this particular weekend, we hit, like, monsoon, Houston. It's pouring. Can't go outside. Like, okay, we'll watch some movies. My oldest is probably 9 or 10. Okay. And we're running out of steam here. Okay. And it's like Saturday afternoon. So I decide we're going to watch the Narnias, which are great and was approved by Mary Lisa. What was not approved is Lord of the Rings. By the time we get to like after Mass, I fed them lunch. Her retreat ends Sunday night. I'm like, Lord of the Rings is basically the same as Narnia. And we watched that yesterday. Like, they can handle it. And they're like, we want to watch it. So now I'm listening to the children. This is like the problem. And I convinced myself, I'm like, this is Tolkien. Like, he wrote Lord of the Rings to explain the church to his kids, to explain, Christ as priest, prophet, and king. And so we're doing it. Okay. And I mean, I've seen Lord of the Rings a lot. We owned it, but it had been like 5 years or something. So I'm like, the first one is kind of wussy, right? We get into it, like the Dark Knight with the Frodo drops the ring and he hides behind. I'm like, okay. They're like, I was like, oh, no. The good guys win. I'm trying to promote it. I completely forget about the orcs. Okay. So then we get into orcs and they're like, Daddy, I'm scared. And I can't bail now because some of the kids are into it and the little ones are like freaking out. Okay. So we get to like the battle scene and the kids lose it. Lose it. They are terrified. Every child. Okay. Cause I'm just thrown my parenting credibility out the window. Like, if you can breathe, you're allowed to now watch Lord of the Rings, even though it's totally forbidden. And like Mary Lisa, before she went on retreat, she's like, remember, don't show them Lord of the Rings. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. That's crazy.
And she specifically said,
yes.
All right.
So the kids are having a meltdown. I've paused the movie. I'm like, hey, we're going to get more peanut M&Ms and put it in the popcorn. It's going to be awesome. And I pick up my phone and she says, they ended early. I'll be home in 5 minutes. And I look at my phone and I'm like, oh, and we can bleep that out. But I mean, and she walks in, and the kids are losing it. The orc is paused, like with a machete on the freaking television screen. The kids are losing. She looks at me, drops her bag from retreat, like she's supposed to be on this spiritual high. Like, I love my husband, I love my children. She goes, "What did you do?" And I said, "It looks worse than it is." And that was a tough one, because then, of course, like, she picks up so here she's supposed to have this nice, quiet weekend. She has to clean up my disaster emotionally with the kids, all this stuff. Your father should have never shown you. Then I get the well-deserved lecture. We agreed on this as parents, raising all the stuff that I'm just like sitting there with, I know. And I was like, I kind of forgot about the orcs. And she's like, they should have never been on television, because I said don't let them watch it. It was great.
You got to frame it. It's not like I showed him Shawshank.
I know. I was like, yeah. It's not Saving Private Ryan. We should have never watched Reservoir Dogs last night. But yeah, it was that was pretty wild. It was kind of funny. But you know how you justify, like, they've seen Narnia, and I think at the time, because we were super strict on movies until this, obviously, I don't think they had seen Jurassic Park. So I'm like, nobody's getting eaten by a T-Rex off a toilet. But when you look, I don't know, Lord of the Rings is probably just as scary as Jurassic Park.
We did a similar thing, other than me flagrantly disobeying my wife, but we were gonna watch it, and I was like, yeah, I'm thinking the beginning is like when Gandalf is prancing around, like shooting fireworks out of his wand or whatever. And like, yeah, by the time the little kids go to bed, like by the time it gets scary, the little kids will be in bed, and then like, oh, I forgot about the battle with Sauron,
right?
And so we had, I think, nightmares for nights.
Yeah, and it was wild. So that was a tough one. I broke, you know what? She ain't here right now. And we're stuck inside because of the rain.
And you're running out of ideas.
I'm out. Like, we are going Lord of the Rings. This is happening. And man, it just totally backfired. It was gold. Because I thought, she's not going to be home for 2 more hours. I can chill the kids out. Like, we're not telling mom. Because I had my, like, okay, we're not really going to tell mom that we did this. So now I'm pinning. The kids have to lie to their own mother to protect me. I'm planning all this out. And then she just shows up in the middle of it.
Did you consider blaming her? Like, look, you said you were going to be home in 2 hours.
I did consider that. That's a very sophisticated question. But I knew, I was like, I have 3.
You weren't supposed to be here yet.
I was like, I can give myself like 2.5 hours to calm her down, resolve everything, and then actually ask about her retreat. If I make that statement, that shoots up to 4 hours of the recovery time. And so I was just like.
But your kids had to be really into it, though, right? Because that movie is so long.
Yeah.
And trying to stay awake for it, especially at night. It always puts me to sleep at night if I watch it at night.
Frankly, before it went south, I had a very good plan. So we get home from Mass at like 11:30. Then we eat lunch. It's 12:30. They start bickering. They're lingering. She's supposed to be home at 6. So I start the movie at 1.
Oh, so this was early in the day.
Yeah. So because
you were really running out of ideas.
Yeah. So it's 1 o'clock. So I'm like, that gets us to like 4. She gets home at 6 or 6:30. It was a great plan. And then she showed up at 4, like in the middle of the battle and the tears and the rage. And I was trying to calm the kids down, like, okay, well, it.
You know, honey, you only have yourself to blame.
Everything I did was wrong and didn't work. And I kept mentally like, I can get out of this. I can figure this out. I'm a smart guy. And it just like never happened. So, but I wasn't hiding candy in my underwear drawer. I'd like to just state that for the audience.
Mike and Ike's, yeah. It's a pretty good pick.
Were you out? Was that the last thing?
Did you have one more, or are you done?
I do, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where, again, it continues to reveal how blunderous I am in my life. One of the fun things that we had, you were speaking earlier about your first early years in marriage, and our home, which is our first home, and we still live in it, has been just an ongoing blunder as well. We, when we bought it, it was a foreclosure that needed a lot of work. And it needed so much work that when our realtor, who is my next door neighbor, was showing us around, she paused and she said, Ramona, are you sure you want this house? Because here I am and I'm seeing all the potential in it.
It could be fun.
And my husband's thinking, oh Lord, here we go. Like
This will be endless.
she's going to put me to work and it's never going to stop, right? And so it hasn't stopped yet. We've been in it.
So you got the house.
We got the house, and it, I always joke and say it looked like a crack house when we bought it. It was really rough. It was built in 1983, but it was perfect, And so obviously we have a lot of equity in it now. It was a great investment.
Yeah.
But the work hasn't ended. So that's why I say it's just like a perpetual blunder for us, Like I'm always looking at things that need to be done. It's never ending, but it's been fun.
Okay, that's good.
But I have always paused to question.
You've always paused to
my
question it.
decisions, yeah.
You didn't put green granite in it, did you?
No.
Good.
No.
Very good. All right, you got to send us your blunders or blunders that we admitted to that you can relate to. And if you would like to defend any of us in our blunders, please do.
How about also if you heard something that is just so asinine that you can't relate to it at all? I'd like
if we said something and you can't relate to it, then send that to podcast@40daysforlife.com, podcast@40daysforlife.com. Please subscribe on the YouTube page and hit the little bell so that you get notified. And thank you, Steve. Thank you, Ramona. We will see y'all next time. God bless you.